Now we need to add a slicer which is very similar to a list box in a quick view, and it is used to apply a filter. The steps to do it are easy, and we will see that in the Excel. Remember, in the Excel, once you create a pivot table similar to this one, this pivot table is used to create a chart. So for each of the pivot tables, it has a name. If you press on the pivot table, then analyze. If you go to the pivot table here, as you see here, we have for each of the pivot table, we have a pivot table name. Like once I just created those exercises, the first one, it was called pivot table 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. Of course, you can even change the pivot table name. So I kept the pivot table names generated by the system. Okay. Now to create a slicer, you go into the charts, you press on one of the charts, and then you can press on insert and then slicer. This is the bottom of the slicer. Okay, and then you will see all of the fields that a slicer can be based on. Let's assume that I want to select gender, age, gender, and the age. Okay, and then I press OK. The system created those two slicers. Just I want to resize, do some resizing. Okay. Next step, what do we do? Okay, I have, if you see here, if you press on one of the values, just this one had been changed because I press on this chart once I created the slicer. I want also those different charts, okay, to apply a filter whenever I press on the slicer. So I have to do a connection between the slicer and the chart. So I can do the connection with the pivot table, and the pivot table, okay, will be changed, and the changes will be reflected on the chart. To do this, you can press on like this one, the chart. You can do the right click and you press on report connections. On the report connections, those are the pivot tables that the charts are based on. So you can select which chart has to apply the filter once you click on the slicer. So let me do it also for the age. I press on report connection and then I can select the pivot table names and then okay. Please, if you can see now, if I press here on female, okay, the charts had changed. Okay, as you see. Now if I press on, okay, also it changed. So if the management are interested to have the total sales for male, okay, this is male whose age is between 26 and 30. So it is applied. As you see, the blue color, like this one and this one, this is the filter we applied, and the chart had reflected these values. If you want to apply the different filters, you can apply it in this way. Okay, even if you look here, if you press, the values will change. Everything had been changed.